Hello everyone, my name is Marisela Garzon and I'm going to present my internship at ICOE, specifically in the Early Care Education Program. Their mission is to advocate for quality early care and education, optimal development and well-being for children and families in our community. One of the questions I asked myself before I started looking for an internship was where I would like to work. I thought about places where I could learn the most and gain experience to add it to my resume, so I could eventually apply for a position desired. I really enjoy working with children, so I looked for a place where I could work with children and their families. I attended a local job fair where ICOE staff were present. They were accepting applications and conducting interviews for various positions. During the interview, I asked if they had a program for internship hours, and they said yes. I gave them my email address, and they put me in contact with the person in charge of the volunteers. I applied for the internship, then I had an interview with the Early Care Education Program manager, and I got hired. One of my responsibilities was answering the phone. I answered the phone and provided parents with information regarding the admission requirements for the Early Care and Education Program. I also provide information to parents calling about the enrollment period for the upcoming school year. I assisted parents in filling the applications out so their children could have access to the services Early Care Education Programs offers. Another responsibility was receiving documentation brought to the office by parents and adding it to the children's applications and files. I was responsible for reviewing the applications of children entering into the program. My job was to verify that each file was complete, containing all required documents for each child, and ensuring that every document was signed by the parents. Also, I had to review each application, specifically checking family income and family size, and then use a reference table to assign a ranking number to each family. This ranking number is crucial because a child's acceptance into the program depends on that number. Early care education programs prioritizes children with the greatest needs, so I had to be very meticulous in doing my work. Another task was reviewing applications for children who had not yet been certified and identifying which documents were missing to complete the certification process. Once I identified the missing items, I had to call the parents to let them know what documents they needed to provide so the process could be finalized and the child could begin receiving services. Other responsibility was entering data into the system to generate an enrollment letter for each certified child and mailing it to the parents for children who had been accepted and were ready to start the program. I also had to call each parent to inform them when classes begin and the specific site their child will attend. In my opinion, I benefited the center where I serve by helping to reduce their workload. During this time, Early Care Education Program has a heavy workload because many children are leaving the program while many others are preparing to enter it. In short, this is the enrollment and requirement time, so the workload is very heavy between May and August. I went in daily for several hours during the day, and I worked hard every day and did my best to help lighten that workload. Another way I benefited the program was through my bilingual skills. I was able to assist families who spoke English as well as those who spoke only Spanish, and I always was willing to help. I believe one of the many benefits I gained from this experience was the opportunity to get to know and enjoy a different type of work environment. I truly liked and enjoyed the work environment at this location. I believe that working as a team is important so that the entire workload can be handled effectively. Teamwork in the workplace is essential for providing high-quality childcare services, addressing each child's specific needs, and fostering their potential. I also learned that I can maintain good working relationship with my colleagues. I discovered that I find it easy to communicate with parents and families in need and to help ensure their children benefit from the program's services. I also meet people working in areas I hadn't even known existed, areas closely related to the field in which I would like to work. Something that really stood out to me when I was serving and which I was able to connect to the child and family advocacy class involved a widowed father who came to the office to ask about an application he had submitted back in December. Apparently, the application had never been followed up and had simply been filed away. It was clear that the father really needed help getting services for his two children. I felt a sense of helplessness hearing that a father needed his children to get into the program but hadn't received any assistance. I felt compelled to advocate for him and suggested to my coworker that we should ensure these two children secure a spot in the preschool, as it wasn't fair for them to miss out on services again. Another connection I was able to make to a previous class was with family and community relationships. I had the opportunity to meet families with different needs, and this has helped me to foster empathy and understanding regarding diverse families and the challenges they face. I have met single mothers seeking help to secure early care services for their children so that they can go to work and support their families. This reaffirms me the importance of doing our job well, as it allows us to better assist families who need services for their children. It reminds me how important it is to focus on families' needs and try to help address them. By doing so, we strengthen the family unit while simultaneously we are strengthening our community. Another experience I could relate to the Child Welfare Services class was when our team had to work on identifying the best services to offer a particular family. This family wanted to apply for their child to attend a specific school, but given the child's needs, we believe a different program will be more suitable for them. To illustrate, early care education programs offers various childcare services, including both state and federally funded programs. This family had limited financial resources, and while the child qualified for any of the services, the school we seemed most appropriate was one where federal funding covered the cost of diapers and wipes while the child was at school, at no expense to the parents. In contrast, at the other school, the parent was required to provide these items by himself. We spoke with the parents and explained to them the advantage of choosing the federally funded program. Ultimately, they agreed that the option we proposed was the best for their child and the family. To conclude, I would highly recommend early care education programs to other students. I really enjoyed the weeks I spent working with them. If anyone would like to do their internship there, you should contact Mr. Serrano and he will kindly assist you. Thank you so much for listening.